Welcome to Stay Paid. Today we are answering your burning questions in real estate, business, marketing, and more. On these episodes, we take live calls from listeners of Stay Paid. If you want to have your question answered live here on the show, make sure to go to remindermedia.com/ask. That's remindermedia.com/ask. Submit your question there, and we'll get you scheduled. My name is Josh Dyke, Chief Marketing Officer at Reminder Media, joined as always by Luke Acree, President of Reminder Media, and from the Acree Brothers Realty team, founder and team lead Stephen Acree, and Director of Sales Cody Smith. Guys, this is a monumental or a moment in time podcast. This is a podcast. We're on a podcast right now.
We are on a podcast.
This is the last podcast, Luke. Did you know?
Oh, yeah, in the studio.
That we will be recording in this studio.
That is correct. We are moving.
So this comes out in June.
So we're leaving the closet and we're going to our offices.
We're not even getting a studio in the new office building, but we're moving about, 10 minutes down the road into some new office space right now. If you hear any banging in the background, it's because they're taking the sign off the side of the building.
It was really sad. Like the
right
sign
outside
person
the door.
said that we have two signs up in this massive building. And he goes, I remember I put this sign in 7 years ago. And I was like, 7 years? 7 years ago?
Wild.
I mean, we've been in this building for even longer than that, but we didn't have signage like we do now, or not anymore. But I couldn't believe it was 7 years. It was unbelievable.
7 years is crazy. How long in this building altogether? 15 years?
It's got to be 15, maybe 16 years.
Yeah, so
here.
we are at the end of an era. We thank all of you for joining us, and we thank Vanessa for joining us here live. Vanessa calling from Colorado, I believe, in real estate. Vanessa, welcome to Stay Paid. How can we help you?
Thanks for having me. So my question is, as a new real estate agent, what is the best way to grow my audience using my YouTube channel?
Love it. Great question. Can you tell us how long have you been an agent? What is your current GCI that you're bringing in?
So I've been in the business since 2023. This is my first year where I'm actually being consistent. So
love it. Love it. Like, what do you think your GCI will be this year? 50 grand, 65, 100? What do you think your GCI will be?
I'm pushing for 100 grand.
Okay. Pushing for 100 grand. Awesome. Love it. All right. So let's then find out what you're currently doing on YouTube. So do you currently have a YouTube channel?
I do.
Okay. Well, let's pull it up. What your handle for YouTube? And we'll pull that up.
I don't have anything on there.
Well, that would be your first problem, Vanessa, that if you want to grow on YouTube, you got to post. Okay. So how long have you had the channel? Did you just start it or something?
I'd say a few months. Yeah.
Okay. A few months. What is the handle for your YouTube? Do you know, like the actual? Is it?
I don't know.
Okay. So all right. So first thing you got to do, obviously, start it. Are you looking? Like, give me an idea of what you're hoping to accomplish through YouTube and why YouTube's on your mind. Because I want to give you the best advice, but I got to know why you're thinking YouTube.
I'm thinking YouTube because I feel like that's user friendly. A lot of people are tending to go to YouTube for information versus jumping on Google and, throwing something in Google and finding an answer. I'm hoping to educate home buyers.
Okay. So why haven't you posted anything yet?
I'm kind of don't know what to post. I don't know where to start.
Okay. Just trying to. Okay. So you guys want to walk through what Adam has done on your team? Because he really has crushed it. You guys want to walk through that? He's done a great job.
Yeah. And I was going to say, so write down Adams Steinspring Realty. Adams Steinspring Realty. And you can see what he's done on his YouTube page. And there's different avenues or ways that he's gone about it. One is, and what we've heard most common that you should do is you should be the local news reporter of your city. So you should be the person that if they have a question about what's going on, where are you from, Vanessa?
I'm currently in Greeley, Colorado.
Okay. So you should be the go-to person to find out what's going on in that city via your YouTube and really social media in general. That if they have a question about what's going on, a new development, a new restaurant hit, any of that can all be content and videos that people go to your website to see. A lot of the times what doesn't actually perform well is you trying to teach something about real estate or being a first time buyer. Those can be somewhat helpful, But where you're going to actually gain traction is when people view you as the go-to person for your city.
You should
So
hack on that for you is go to AI, whatever your AI is of choice, and type in like give me the 20 most asked questions with people searching or moving to my area. And then you could film YouTube videos on those questions. I know also some other good examples. Have you ever heard of like Shannon Gillette or Alyssa Cornett?
I've heard of Shannon Gillette.
Okay, so you should look up her YouTube channel. She does a phenomenal job with YouTube. She does both lifestyle and listing videos. So the way I would kind of look at it for you is sit down and write out what your content pillars are going to be. So Cody just gave you a great one. So like local news could be your content pillar if you wanted it to be. Local attractions could be a content pillar for you if you wanted to show all the attractions around the town. That's probably the best one. Yep. Like, you know, you at a local restaurant, you at a local park, almost review type-esque in the way you do it. Real estate is, of course, going to be a content pillar for you. And AI can help you because you can go talk to your AI, maybe, you know, use ChatGPT or Gemini. Talk to it and say, hey, take on the role of a social media manager that specializes in helping real estate agents with their YouTube channel. I want to develop my content pillars and a posting strategy, and say that to it. Ask me questions about me that helps you determine what my content pillars should be. And it will ask you questions and you can share back your answers, and then it will develop for you, you know, a bunch of different pieces of content that you can post. And so that's where I would start if I were you. You're really at the beginning stages, and I think you're in paralysis by analysis, and you're overthinking that you don't know what to do. So I think there are tools out there that can help you do it. You just got to go execute on them. I would start really with AI and developing your content pillars, and then ask it, how many times should I post a week? And that's going to be how many times can you consistently be posting? Because the more the better. Everybody says more volume, but it's really your consistency.
Well, and I want to note this too. Adam did it for like a solid year before getting his first lead. So Vanessa, if you're walking into this thinking like this is going to be my main lead pillar, you most likely like won't be in the business in a year from now if you have that mindset, because this is a long game, the YouTube game. Now he's like 2 years in now. He's got 8 YouTube leads that have come through, and most of them are relocation people. It's people that are wanting to know about your city and the attractions, right, and everything. And so that's the main criteria you're going after. But just know, like, you're gonna have to spend probably 5-10 hours a week with no return for at least a year going the YouTube route, which I love the YouTube route. It's what AI is probably going to use. I mean, Google obviously owns YouTube, so it's going to be linked to AI. So I love your thinking in it. But just know that this is a long game play, not like a this year play. Yep. So when you're not seeing your views being very high, when you know all those things are going on, just know that you're a year from now.
Yeah, we're still trying to get our views higher. Here's a good channel to follow, Ken Pozek. You guys know Ken, right? When he was back with KW and stuff like that. Go to his channel and like I'll just read you some of his videos, right? Small Town Orlando is one of the titles of his videos. Surprising Orlando Locations. East Orlando 2026, Orlando's hottest neighborhoods in 2026. Winter Park versus Winter Guard. And then he has some other, here are his popular videos. The Villages Lifestyle Visit. So obviously the Villages is a huge community down in Florida where I guess he's at. Inside Walt Disney's newest Golden Oak home. So you can see that there's, you know, he obviously is doing a lot of real estate content and then local like market type data. And there's this saying R&D, right? It's not research and development. It's rip off and duplicate. So you can literally go to Ken's, YouTube, Shannon Gillette's YouTube, Alyssa's YouTube, and just mimic it for your town, if that makes sense, right?
Yes.
Just kind of, it's going to be your own personality, but just mimic it for your town. And you're really blessed right now because, like all of us, AI can help you tremendously because it can help you write the scripts. And then are you using the Edit app or anything like that to film your videos?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So like you can put the script in the teleprompter there and then get AI to build a thumbnail for you using like Nano Banana to build the thumbnail. So I would really start with going and doing some R&D and then talk to your AI and get your first 3 videos. What we want to see for you, Vanessa, is your first 3 videos posted. Are you going to post 3 videos?
I am going to work on that this weekend.
Okay, say that with a little bit more enthusiasm so I can believe you. Are you sure you're going to work on it?
I'm going to work on it
All right, there we go. Okay, awesome. Vanessa, appreciate you. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for calling in. Go do those 3 videos.
Yes, you guys have a great day.
You too. Appreciate you.
Yes,
Bye.
bye.
Good luck. Awesome. There you go. Make sure to get your questions answered here live on Stay Paid. You can go to remindermedia.com/ask. The stats back up what you're saying, Cody. 12 to 18 months it takes to get your return on YouTube. By year 3, though, your leads drop to almost nothing.
Crazy.
So very, very good opportunity for a lot of agents out there. I think the other stat I saw was only 25 to 30% of agents are taking advantage of YouTube compared to the others.
It's because it's the barrier to entry is hard. I mean, she's experiencing it. It's not just the ideas.
It's getting
like,
easier and easier.
What camera do I use? It's all
Your
that stuff.
iPhone is shooting movies now. So, all right. The next question we have is written in from Jessica Chavez or Chavez. Jessica, please let me know. She's from Illinois. Simple question with a complicated answer, I'm sure. How do you find sellers?
Ooh, great question. So one is we are testing sold.com right now.
Usually look in the basement.
So we'll let you know how that goes. I can't give you any feedback, but sold.com, provides leads, and they potentially provide all seller leads is what they're saying. And they have a model similar to like the Zillow Flex, now Zillow Preferred model. So that's, one we'll keep you updated on that, but to be helpful to how we have found sellers. You want to talk about that, Steven?
Yeah, what's cool about that is because we just met with sold.com and realty.com. And one of the things across the board, which we've been talking about on the podcast for so long, but the cash offer is the new home evaluation, right? Yeah. And when I went through the script with realty.com the other day, it was identical to the script that we use for our ISAs, circle prospecting and making cash offers. I think people get so lost and they're looking for the shiny object, right? And you got to get out of that. Just like print isn't dead. I mean, you've grown, Luke, a multi-million-dollar business with print.
Ladies
and
gentlemen.
Everyone's saying it's dead. Well, the same thing with phone calls. It's like, get on the phone. Now, you need a big enough value proposition, right, to where you get a good response. And I'm telling you right now, the assessment, the valuation, getting a CMA for someone does not create any response.
Because they can get that from Zillow now. They can get that from Rocket. They can get
any
that
platform.
From a ton of different places.
Yeah.
What is the cash offer? Can you give people just insight into kind of how that script flows?
Yeah. And I think like part of that too is like people have a hard time with that because they're like, I'm not making a cash offer. I can't make a cash offer. But you just need to think outside the box. There's tons of companies that do it. Homeward is the one that we're using. And of course,
OfferPad, right? Don't they do
OfferPad,
Quick Buy, I think, is another one.
Yeah. And so honestly, the script just goes like, hey, if you were to receive a great offer on your property, would you be open to looking it over? Like, think about that. Like, Luke, if I were to ask you, would you like an offer on your property?
I would say yes.
You'd say yes because you're not interested in selling, but the curiosity there is just too big. And it's just too big of a value proposition. And I would say that. I mean, I've said that to multiple of our multifamily. I just want to see what it's worth. What's the cash offer that you're bringing to me? And so right then and there, you just go, okay, what exactly are you looking for? Right. Because I always tell people we're looking for.
No, you tell me. You're the one who called me. What's your offer?
And then I go, well, the assessment says this, right? If you go to any GIS, you can find the assessment. And then I just pause and see what the response is.
Are you giving them the tax assessment there?
Tax assessment.
Okay, so you're going, the tax assessment says this, and then you just pause.
Yeah, you just pause because then, no one likes awkward silence, but the consumer's not going to like it as much as, or be able to handle it as much as you. So just wait on the response. When they have a negative response to that, it's not going to be a purchase, right? It's going to be a listing. So if you're only going for listings, then I'd go straight to Zillow because Zillow is always high. It seems, so I go, Zillow's range, says this, and they'll always give the upper range. And you go, great. Well, all we need to do is, come through for about 15 minutes and then we can let you know. What does your schedule look like, Monday or Tuesday? Do mornings or afternoons work better for you? Always give 2 options, and then set the appointment and go close leads. We've closed 9 listings since the beginning of the year just with one ISA.
Yeah, and we're April 7th
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the statistics in that is that like 75% of those people you offer cash offers to is actually will list the property.
That's right.
That we've gotten in that Related.com gave us that stat of the people they reach out to that they do that with is 75%. So 3/4 of the time they're actually going to list the property. They don't want to actually
amazing.
do the cash offer.
So you can do a cash offer through an email campaign. You can do a cash offer through a call campaign. You can do a cash offer through a postcard campaign, a social campaign like posting stuff like that. So those are
So
ways
you're saying
you can do it.
for anybody who actually does go ahead and sell, 75% are listed. Do you know what percentage move forward?
Move
Well,
forward
I-
and post it.
Yeah.
I guess we would know on our side.
I think, yeah, it's on, those are included. So whether or not they sell it off the market or sell it on the market, if that's what you're asking, it's in that range.
The other thing, just to give people technically a third option, would be, the number one place to get listings is always your sphere. And I say that just because I promise you the people listening on this call have not called their sphere and have not offered them a free home equity report, have not even asked them, hey, do you have anything with buying, selling, investing this year? They haven't done any of that. And then the second number one place to get listings, or at least according to Tom Ferry, and, I like Tom a lot. I think he puts out a ton of great stuff, is geographic farming. Now, geographic farming is a long-term game. But so there are 4 different ways. So we're going to be testing sold.com and realty.com because we want to bring that to you guys and say, hey, these are good options or not. And we're testing that right now. But we do know the cash offer works because we're literally doing it and did it all last year, doing it this year. So try that. And then your sphere, call your sphere today and ask them. And then geographic farming. Those would be the areas.
Awesome. Love it. Great question, Jessica, and great answer, Stephen. Next up,
Wait,
we
you didn't
have-
like my answer either?
Good job, Luke.
Thank you.
gotta-
Yeah, or
Thank
mine.
you.
What?
Yeah, what about Cody?
Yeah.
Didn't
Oh,
Cody
my
give a
word.
good
You
answer?
guys,
Oh,
you're
man,
killing
Josh.
me. Kathy, welcome to Stay Paid. Kathy calling from, I believe, Massachusetts. And,
Rehoboth,
in real estate.
Massachusetts.
Rehoboth, Massachusetts.
There we
Awesome.
go.
Welcome to Stay Paid. How
Very
can we
small
help you?
town outside of Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
There's a couple. There's a Rehoboth in, where's the other one?
Delaware, Rehoboth
Delaware,
Beach.
yeah, that's
Delaware.
it. Yeah, exactly.
It's right near
I
us.
think there's an exit on 95.
Kathy, how can we help you today?
So I first thank you for having me. I do listen to the podcast regularly on my morning walk, run, depending
Awesome.
on the
Thank
mood.
you.
And I just very much enjoy it. So I've been in real estate for 20 years, but up until 2 years ago was part-time. I really kind of worked 2 full-time jobs, but 2 years ago I was optimized and I decided it was time to go full-time real estate. I pivoted, went to a younger firm because I knew I needed help with social media and stuff like that. I've had 2 killer years. Most of my referrals are word of mouth, but I know I need to be doing a better job with social media. So
Okay.
figuring out the branding, what are my pillars, is very much a work in process for me.
Okay.
I did start a web page. It's called cookiesandclosings.com because
Love
cookies
that.
is my thing.
Aw.
And I said, keeping the real and real estate one cookie at a time, because I always have cookies at open houses and at closings, because I think closings are a celebration. So
Okay.
things are going really, really well. But when I, listen to you guys, Tom Ferry,
Yep.
not so much Brian Buffini, he's a little less pressure on the social media, but I know I need to be there to be relevant. I'm not going to be on social media all day, every day. It's not who I am. It's not my people. But I know that I have parents, people my age referring their kids and now grandkids to me. They're going to look on social media. So
Got it.
how do I be me without becoming a slave to social media? Because that's what happens, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is true. It's so true. Yeah. Well, I want to clear something right at the get-go is I do not believe you have to be on social media as your main component. I think there's just too many agents that I've met that have very successful businesses that are not all over social media, and that's not their main thing. And that's okay. So I don't think I think the two can be true at one time. I think social media is insanely awesome. It should be used. It's a great tool, but I don't think you have to, because there's too much proof out there of people who don't use it that have great businesses and still thrive. So that just to give you some peace there. We're pulling up. Did you pull up her Facebook?
Yep, I have it up.
And Instagram. So you have about 1,000 friends on Facebook, so which is awesome.
My personal, yeah. So I have a personal and a business. The personal, I finally decided to just stick with the personal.
Perfect. So you're on the right track. So keep your business one going in the sense of you're posting on it and you're getting reviews and you're professional looking on it, right? You have the pictures, the hero image, and the good profile shot. But your business profile for everybody listening is just a business card. Because Facebook does not favor it in the feed. They show it to maybe 1% to 2% of your audience. It's good because it can get you reviews. You can run ads from your business page, all that good stuff, get some insights. But in terms of like your actual connection with your clients, personal profile is the way to go all day long for Facebook specifically. Instagram's different because Instagram, you can have a professional business Instagram, but it's still just like a personal profile. It just gives you more insights. So I think you're on the right page with your personal profile, connecting to your friends. If you can scroll down, it looks like you haven't posted since October. Or is that just a pin?
October 2nd, looks like.
Okay.
It might. So I had a little health issue, and I'm trying to get back on track, which is what the timing of this is about. I had actually started a Around Town with Kathy YouTube channel.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
So instead of it being, I can't do me. So I wanted to go interview businesses in town, and I had done about a half dozen of them and then had to drop off for a little while. I'm happy to say that that's all behind me. So I want to get back on that track.
God. That's great.
It's fun. And I think it was on one of your podcasts, somebody said, become the digital mayor of your community.
Yes.
And that made a lot of sense.
Yep. That's the old Gary V, being the digital mayor. Okay, looking at your YouTube, looking at your there's so many places we could go here. So I want to try to be helpful for you.
Yeah.
So one is you got to start posting again. And because social you don't love and you don't want to be a slave to it, you can do it, but you don't love it. You need to follow, using Gary Vee again, his whole saying of document, don't create. And so document is essentially like right now, you could share, Kathy, that you're on the Stay Paid podcast.
Oh,
you can pull out your phone, snap a picture of us on it, and that's documenting because that's really happening to you. And then later today, what are you going to do? You're probably going to eat dinner, lunch, document your day. I love it. Pull up your phone right now. Yes,
that's all pause and smile.
You just told me to. You just told me to.
That's exactly.
You're going to tell me I have to take action.
Exactly. I love you.
I'm listening.
Let's go.
That's what I like.
But
I'm not dead.
Hey, Joe, if you're listening to this producer-wise, that's the clip. Yeah, that's the clip right there. I'm old. I'm not dead. Okay, so you need to document your day, and obviously perfection is the enemy of progress, and so you just don't overthink it.
Got over that.
Yeah, just don't overthink it.
All right, so can I just take it? How do I do? Oh my God. Sorry.
We're going to narrate this. She's trying to flip and take a selfie.
Okay, go ahead.
Right there. All right, so then go back to her personal profile, right? And so what I would say to you is if I'm you, because of just love your personality, I can tell you're a relationship-driven person, think of social the way it's supposed to be used. It's social. So think of it as an engagement tool. So I would start blocking out time in your calendar where you're documenting, but you're actually spending 10 to 15 minutes just commenting on your friend's stuff. You see your friend's picture, you comment, you DM people. That, I think, you are going to thrive in your social media if you start doing that. If you just use it to every day for 15 minutes, you're engaging
you're replying to everyone who's
with people
on your videos,
and you are just documenting. I think you'll win there. Then we could get into. Oh, go ahead. You have a question?
Do I need to So is that both on Facebook and Instagram?
Well, it was one thing I was going to say.
I'm way better at Facebook for the record.
Each one of your social media platforms have different videos and different content, so you're working harder than you need to. You can be posting the same on each platform because people are going to follow you on their preferred platform. And then when I look at your Instagram, I see a lot of houses. So if I'm just scrolling through, I see a lot of interiors, a lot of exterior of houses as the thumbnails for your videos, which aren't nearly as engaging as looking at your YouTube channel and seeing you stand in a bakery or a butcher shop or wherever you're standing there, obviously in your town. Like, I want to watch that. Unless I'm in the market for a home, I'm not going to click on any of these house videos, and it doesn't give me any of your personality or who you are either. So 2 things there would be, make sure to include, like, when you film these videos for YouTube, which it looks like you were doing there for a while, about 5, 7 months ago.
We did. It just,
Yeah, put those on your Instagram
Life
as
happened.
well. You can put those on your Facebook, repurpose the same video, maybe choose different thumbnails if you want to keep it looking a little bit different.
I do have a decluttering video that I absolutely love that we did like 2 years ago, and I'm waiting for it to come up so I can reshare it because it's
perfect. But if anything, like, commit to one. You don't have to do all 3. Commit to one that you're really going to be willing to focus on. YouTube, obviously, right now is definitely, a bigger one in terms of what we're hearing from a lead generation standpoint.
Yes.
Saturation on Instagram and Facebook is just crazy.
Is most of your deals coming from your sphere, Kathy?
Yes.
Perfect. And what type of volume are you doing a year?
So last year I did 18 sides, just under 5 million.
Congrats.
Thank you. And the year before was actually bigger. So when people are kind of complaining about the market, I just go.
Yeah, and you're doing that.
thing.
Yeah, you're doing that in a tough market. So the lead with revenue, double down on what's winning for you. So sphere is where you win. Social you should be on to influence your sphere. And then if you keep doing this local content, we don't have time on the call to nitpick your actual content, but looking at it, just make sure you're taking advantage of tagging the actual companies that you're interviewing, collaborating on Instagram so they will reshare it. Make sure you're taking advantage of, like, have AI. Are you using AI at all?
A little. I did I've done
have
a couple
AI
of
help
screens.
you write your captions specifically to be keyword rich. Like, hey, take on the role of a social media manager for me, and then tell it who you want it to be and how you want it to guide you. And that will help you write good captions that are keyword rich to help you show up from an SEO standpoint. And then we just gave this advice to a caller that called in before you because they want to be big on YouTube, is the old R&D, rip off and duplicate. Go to the channels that you love that you know are killing it, like the Shannon Gillettes we mentioned to her.
I love her.
Kim Pozek. Look at the videos they're doing and just do that for your town. Yeah. So Ken is doing it for Orlando. You can do it for Rehoboth, Massachusetts, right?
Correct.
And so, like, I would just do that. I wouldn't reinvent the wheel. But all the things, like, you're doing all the things right. You just have to refine it. You just have to refine it.
Yeah, and like you said, commit. And we do the magazine. I'm a huge fan. So
thank you.
Please know that. And I do believe I was sending one to my neighbor regularly, and we just closed a deal for their granddaughter.
That is awesome.
And I'm sure that getting the magazine periodically helped keep me in their
100%.
thoughts.
I love that. That's another social piece. Every time you get your magazine, do a whole social media on it. My new magazine just came in. Hope you guys are loving it. If you want one, comment below. And then you don't have to send them the print one if you don't want to spend the money on everybody. You could send those people the digital one if you wanted to. But that's a good social piece. Andy Dane Carter, he's a big-time agent out in California. He always does that when he gets his magazines. He flips through it on his Instagram stories. He posts it and says, if you want one, tag me. I'll send you.
Oh, my God, that's great. I'm also sponsoring a Shred It event at the end of the month. So I'm going to be doing a lot to focus on that.
Yep. That's why you're winning.
That's in the community.
That's why you're doing 18 sides in the worst market in history of real estate, as they say, because you're doing the shredding event. You actually are posting. Like, I know you had the health issues, but for the health issues, you were posting. You're doing the things that actually create the deals. And so kudos to you. Congrats. Seriously.
Well, you guys are helping. My broker's awesome. She pushes me gently, but in the right way, and I totally appreciate it. And I like to think I bring some maturity and patience to the group as well. So It's a great combination because you need that too. This stuff's
you
not
do.
easy.
You need a little bit of patience and wisdom. So, well, you're crushing it. Keep crushing it. Thank you for calling in. And let's keep up. If you're not connected to us on social, connect with us because we can always communicate in the DMs as well to help you out.
Okay.
Thank
Awesome.
you, Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy.
Best of luck.
Thanks very
Bye. See ya.
much, guys. Bye.
Bye. There you go.
Yeah,
You
she's
can
awesome.
Get your questions answered here live on Stay Paid. Go to remindermedia.com/ask. A lot of social media, YouTube questions.
We got to figure out how we can get the screens. We share your screen so people can see what we're seeing.
We can definitely do that.
Yeah, so you just have to
Cookies and
pull
closing.
it up. Yeah, it's great. I mean, she has
love it.
so much
The
of
tagline, I provide old-fashioned personal service and cookies too. I'm sold.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like
Can I move
the
to
cookies
Maine?
on her website. I'm like, did you make those?
It's amazing.
Awesome. Thank you to everybody who called in today and wrote in your questions. And thank you all for listening. You can get all of our episodes at staypaidpodcast.com along with the show notes there. And then make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/remindermedia. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if it was helpful, leave a comment on the video as well for what you took away from the episode and what you're going to take action on. Kathy's there on the call, taking action in real time. What are you going to take action on today? For this episode of Stay Paid, I am Joshua Stike.
Guys, I'm Luke Acree. Remember the difference between top producers and mediocre producers in every business. It's top producers take action. Take action on that today.